Hello and welcome to Lemon Drops Gaming. This will be my first OCG review. The reason for the OCG review is to look into decks that are doing well and doing a deck profile and finding bits and pieces of interesting things about them. We'll be spanning the time of September 1st, 2014 to October 1st, 2014. The results from that time approximately are 50% Shaddolls, 20% Masked Heroes, and 20% Quillforts topping in the tournaments. That still leaves 10% that is kind of spread amongst the rest, but for the most part those are the three dominant decks for OCG for the current format between September 1st and October 1st. I came up with 50% with 44 tops for Shaddolls, 18 for Masked Heroes, and 19 for Quillforts. Today I want to look at one of the decks that was played in the October 1st Kufuku Cup, a domestic tournament with 128 players. Just a quick side note about that tournament. That tournament had 128 people in it, and it's a domestic tournament, so it's a small one. A small one at 128, it's pretty good. I am impressed. But the other thing is that it was the first time that Niklas were available, and Niklas topped 3 of the top 4. And it appears that since October 1st, they're starting to be the deck to deal with. Coming back, the deck I wanted to look at is the second place deck, which was a Shaddol deck. Okay, so the first order of business is to run through the deck that is being used and make some comments real quick. So the monster cards, they ran 3 Cyberstein. Boy, wouldn't that be nice if they brought that back for TCG. They ran 2 Curry Bandit, 3 Mathematicians, 1 Electromagnetic Turtle, 1 Dark Armed Dragon, 1 Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, 2 Shaddol Hedgehog, 2 Shaddol Dragon, 2 Shaddol Squadma, 2 Shaddol Beast, 1 Effect Veiler, 1 Felice Lightsworn Archer, 1 Shaddol Falco. The thing that I find interesting here is one of the cards that I'm most hearing hype about for the upcoming TCG release November 1st is Shaddol Grista, and it's not used. As a matter of fact, I went through all 44 decks that topped, and it was used extremely rarely. I would say it was in less than 5 of the 44 decks. So it's just an interesting observation. That's all I'm going to say about that. Spell cards. They use 3 Instant Fusion, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Monster Reborn, 3 Shaddol Fusion, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Pot of Avarice, and 1 El Shaddol Fusion. Wouldn't that be nice to have Pot of Avarice back? Continuing on. 6 Trap cards, 1 Sinister Shadow Games, 2 Torrential Tribute, and 3 Vanity's Emptiness. And that's because Sinister Shadow Games is at 1 as of October 1st. Then we go on to the extra deck. And this is where things get interesting. They're running 1 Elder God Nodin, 1 El Shaddol Winda, only 1 Winda, 1 Panzer Dragon, 1 El Shaddol Construct, 1 Elemental Hero Absolute Zero, 1 Elemental Hero Escudero, and those are the 2 that I find most interesting and the reason I'm bringing this deck into the deck profile. They run no heroes. He has Instant Fusion, but it can't bring it out. he's not running any super poly, but he does run 2 super poly in his or 3 super poly in his side deck. So if he comes up against heroes, he has them there. But it's very interesting that he's giving up 2 spots in his extra deck for heroes. Continuing on, 2 El Shaddai Shakinga, 1 Naturia X Trio, 1 Arcanite Magician, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier, 1 Castell, 1 Lavavo Chain, and 1 Evil Storm Exciton Knight. So that is the deck list, and the thing that, as I said, that I pulled out most from this is the fact that they're running elemental heroes in their extra deck and using up that space. That could be a second construct or a second Winda or anything else, second Elder God Nodin. And the reason they're doing it is because of the elemental heroes being so big over in Japan right now, and they're coming out in this upcoming deck. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what's going to be in the new elemental hero structure deck that's due out in January, but it will be interesting to see, because that would make a tier 1 deck available to everybody, because you should be able to put it together with just those elements. And maybe next week or next month we'll look at an elemental hero deck that is being created or used over in Japan, to see if see how they're running it. But from what I've seen, it's an extremely cheap budget deck that can be tier 1, which is really unique and really nice to see. So thank you very much for your time. Please comment and let us know how we're doing. This is Leon from Lemon Drops Gaming saying goodbye.